Alright. We got some CDs we gotta talk about today. Oh. Hey guys, it's Riz, and you're watching Underground Soundwaves. So, I'm sorry if my voice sounds a little different. I have a cold, so don't be alarmed if this video has a lot of cuts, because I will be cutting out coughs, sneezes, sniffles, all that stuff, just so it appears that I am healthy, and this is just my voice. What? My cat just jumped into my laundry basket. Should I film this? Will be material gold. Let's go and see, shall we? Bam, there he is. So I'm going to tell you guys my favorite CDs. I don't have all of the copies of the CDs, but I will still talk about them. I will insert a picture as I'm talking along. So yes. So let's get into this, because I have a tendency to ramble, and I don't want this video to be longer than it already is. So let's get into it. So my 9th favorite CD of 2015 was I Come For Hire's Now You Know. The only reason why this is number 9 on the list is it was not long enough for me. I needed to hear more. But fear not, all my fellow Icon Army members. They are making new music in 2016. So both of these songs are really good and really interesting and different as well. The songs on here are Bam Bam Pop and Now You Know, and I think I like Bam Bam Pop a little bit better than I like Now You Know. Just a personal preference, and this is signed by Ariel and Adam, even though Adam is no longer in the band, unfortunately. But it's still good music. You guys should definitely check them out. But yeah, check them out. They're really good. Next on that list, I have a CD I do not have a physical copy of. But this is an all-girl metalcore band. They're number 8. Conquer Divide, self-titled first debut album, Conquer Divide. So debut album, this is really good, but I need to hear more from them because they do sound very metalcore-ish, like the basic metalcore. They gotta start somewhere, but it's very good, and I feel like more girls in our scene deserve more recognition, because I'm just saying, as a girl who likes this type of music, I would like to see more girls in our scene be the forefront instead of the guy bands. The bands that everybody likes, like Fall Out Boy, Bring Your Horizon, blah 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 blah. So I think you guys should check them out. Support girls in metalcore and metal, and yeah. But my favorite tracks off of this was Lost and Self-Destruct. So yes. Number 7 is Bring Me the Horizons. That's Spirit, but physical copy of Bring Me the Horizons. That's the Spirit. So I really like the new direction that they went with it. It's very different than Sempiternal and all their other previous albums. But it's also very different and kind of cool. I know some people were saying, oh, it's not this. I want something like Suicide Season, and this sucks because it's not metalcore. It's so soft and it's not good and whatever. What I have to say about that is that just because an artist changes over time does not mean they're selling out. It just means that they're expanding their sound and growing as artists, and I really support people who do that. I support everybody for what kind of music they want to make. But I really like this album. I thought it was quite different and interesting, and my favorite songs up there were Avalanche and Happy Song and True Friends. So next I want to talk to you guys about my sixth favorite album, which happens to be Marilyn Manson's The Pale Emperor, and you're probably like, what? Weren't you just talking about Bring Me the Horizon? Now you're going to talk about Marilyn Manson? Yes. So, I feel like Marilyn Manson's The Pale Emperor was quite different than his previous album, Born Villain, and all of his other albums like Mechanical Animals, all those stuff. What I think about this album is very good, but I feel like as he's getting older, it's kind of like it's not as I felt some songs were not as industrial as other albums, and other songs like Nobody's, I feel like that's very more industrial compared to songs like Worship My Rock or the Third Day of a 7-Day Binge. But I also really like this direction he went with. He still has like the super industrial songs like Killing Strangers, but I feel like it's something different and unique as well. It's like a different entity, a different side of Manson that isn't really portrayed in his previous albums. Because I've noticed that they were actually playing Marilyn on the radio. Like, I think they played, I think it was Miss Ophelia of Los Angeles, which that's another good song. So yes. So those are the tracks I really wanted to highlight in this because I feel like you guys should definitely go and check it out. Even if you're a Marilyn Manson fan. If you're not a Marilyn Manson fan, I won't make you guys go and check them out. But yeah. Next album I want to talk about is Fall Out Boy's American Beauty, American Psycho. Now I know you guys are going to be like, weren't you just talking about Marilyn Manson and now you're talking about Fall Out Boy? I am talking about Marilyn Manson and now I'm talking about Fall Out Boy. Judge me all you want, and I'm making this video wearing a motionless white shirt. And wearing a Jeremy's guitar pick because why not? Yeah, I'll talk about band live performances in a different video. But back to Fall Out Boy's American Beauty, American Psycho. So I think Alternative Press says it best. It has hip hop quality, but it's still rock. Yeah, hip hop beats. I don't remember how they put it, but they put it with something like hip hop and rock, which I could not agree more with that statement because it's still rock, it's still pop punk, but it has different qualities that make it more unique than their last albums, like From Under a Cork Tree and Take This to Your Grave. It's different from that. People say it's more like Save Rock and Roll, which I would agree with. But I liked some of the things that they did, taking old songs, mashing them with theirs, which I get some people would get mad about, but I thought that was very interesting, cool, and unique. Some tracks I would like to highlight on this album are definitely Uma Thurman, Centuries, the basic songs, this album that made it so popular, because those were some of their singles like Irresistible. But my favorite songs on here were definitely Novocaine and 4th of July. So yes, definitely go check out this album if you're a Fall Out Boy fan, because I would highly suggest this. So the next album I want to talk to you guys about is another album that I own a physical copy of, but this is Imagine Dragons' Smoke and Mirrors, and guys, this album artwork is wonderful. I love it. But this album is also good. It's not a basic follow-up to Night Visions. Some people might think it's a basic follow-up to Night Visions, but I don't think so, because songs like Gold and Friction have much more of an electronic sound to me. They did not use in Night Visions or Continued Silence EP or any other EP they have out. What I like about this album the most is that it's not the same, because I mean, a lot of radio-friendly bands like Imagine Dragons and any others, I love them, but they're very follow-up. But this isn't a follow-up, which I have to give them credit to, because they're experimenting with their sound, and I really like this sound for them, but I'm quite interested to hear what they have coming next, because, I mean, this album came out in 2015, their last album came out in 2012, that's 2 years. They wrote they took 2 years off to write this album and things like that, because we heard songs like Monster and many others that sounded very similar to Night Visions, but we got this, which is not the same as Night Visions. So next, I want to talk to you guys about my next album, which is Blurryface by 21 Pilots. So, I just started like 21 Pilots this year. I'm not going to lie, I have not been a fan for too long, but it's really cool to see a band that can be on the cover of Alternative Press and on the cover and play the AMAs, Grammys, whatever award shows they play, and be able to support them and enjoy their music, because I mean, like, come on guys, it's really good, and I really like how they have a lot of different combinations, because the reason why I'm so like drawn to their music is because it's different. I can't fit it in one genre, which is what I like about it. So, and I'm also going to see them on the Emotional Roadshow this summer, so I'm actually really excited about that. So the next album I'm going to be talking to you guys about is Halestorm's Into the Wildlife. I own this. I also have this on vinyl. But I wasn't sure if I was going to like Halestorm's Into the Wildlife. I don't know why. I wasn't really excited about it, and after listening to it, I just fell madly in love. I bought this because I wanted to buy a CD, so I was like, oh, I'll just get this because I guess it's gonna be good. But I fell madly in love with the CD because, I mean, Lizzie's voice on this album is awesome. I mean, sounds like Scream, Eye in the Fire, Mayhem. These are just some of the songs I want to highlight on this album, very much so. My most anticipated CD of 2015, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages, are you ready for this? Are you ready for this? I don't think you're ready for this. Let's just reveal and stop the anticipation. Malevolence by New Year's Day. So New Year's Day is my second favorite band, and when they announced that they were going to make a new full length, I was beyond excited. But I felt like they took forever to make this CD, so I was waiting so impatiently for this to come out, and they weren't announcing any release dates, but they finally did, and I was like, yes. But in an interview with Alternative Press, Ash said they wrote this album in about 31 days, which is quite impressive. I myself could not write an album in that short amount of time, but it's much heavier than Victim to Villain and The Mechanical Hearts and My Dear's their pop punk album, but you know. So seeing the progression from pop punk to this kind of rock that's dark and heavy is quite exciting, because it's kind of the same heaviness of Epidemic, but not as heavy. Or Epidemic but is not as heavy as Malevolence, because Ash is able to do unclean vocals a little better than on Epidemic, because she was just learning. But on Malevolence, she has some pretty good ones. Like on Malevolence, hers are just crazy good, and hers are pretty good on Left Inside. But my favorite album tracks off of this album are probably Suffer, Scream, Your Ghost, and Malevolence. And this album's really good, so guys, go check them out. So to wrap all of this video up, please comment down below with what your favorite albums are of 2015, and that'll also be the question of the day. And remember, we are trying to reach a goal of 7 subscribers, and you will get a full CD collection because I have a bunch more than this. Well, I just have 2 more, and those ones I just showed you. But I think you guys should totally subscribe so you can see all my CDs and get all my opinions about them. And I also have a short story out on Wattpad. All you have to do is add me on Wattpad, wattpad.com/user/real_life, Mari, Mari. Thanks for watching. This video is really long. I'm gonna go follow Soundwaves to be underground today. Bye!